Oops. Hi there, Christina. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, this is Bob Kraus, and I'm calling from Burlington, Iowa, to you in Orlando, Florida. And Christina is a veteran of the Gulf War, and she has a fatal injury relating to the burn pits. She worked in a burn pit, but because of a series of events, the U.S. Army is not covering her medical expenses. And in fact, because of the delay that has occurred, it is likely that she may die in the not too distant future. So, Christina, could you start your story? Start with when you were deployed from to Iraq.
Okay. I was deployed in Iraq from March 2003 to January 2004. Notorious for the burn pits on how big they were. When you're deployed, you don't have the nice plumbing that they're in it. So because I was junior enlisted, I was required to burn the feces and urine of my battalion every day. And it was 2 drums. There's no face mask, and you have to use JP8, which is jet fuel, to burn it. And I did that every day I was gone, except for when I was on leave and guard duty.
Okay. So how long were you on this this hazardous duty detail?
Day?
How long were you on the hazardous duty burn pit detail?
About 300 days.
300 days dealing with the burning of carcinogenic chemicals.
Yes.
Okay, now, so this occurred, and of course, many people that were on burn pits were given aid, disability aid, and VA assistance, but you have not been. Can you describe to me what happened from when you were pulled off of that particular duty?
So our unit got, it was 12th Combat Aviation Brigade out of Giebelstadt, Germany. We were given orders to go home. And I volunteered to go to help my unit clean our stuff so we could go back to Germany. On New Year's Day, I was assaulted. I was raped. And CID did not conduct a thorough investigation. Actually, some of the things that they did was very questionable.
Okay.
They never showed the rape kit or...
Yeah, can I explain to the people what we talked about a little bit? I may be able to encapsulate it a little bit, and I'll describe, and then you correct for this particular portion. What Christina has told me is that she went to assist an Iowa Army National Guard unit that was cleaning up its equipment and getting ready to redeploy back to the United States. During this episode, she and another woman went into one of the tents of the people that they were working with, and Christina alleges that she was fed a roofie, which is a knockout pill that is often used in what is commonly called date rape. Is that correct, Christina?
Yeah.
Okay. When this event occurred, there was a sexual assault that occurred, a rape, with several individuals that were in the tent targeted at Christina. Now, Christina because of the circumstances, was taken to a medical facility and a rape test was conducted. That rape test was conducted on the 3rd of January. Is that correct, Christina?
No, no, it was January 1st.
January
They did
4th.
It January 1st.
Okay, so it was very early in the month. Is that correct? Okay, yeah. And your paperwork indicates that the rape kit was destroyed without analysis on approximately January 23rd, about 3 weeks after the rape kit was taken from you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And was all your clothing that was on you that was turned in for evidence burned at the same time or shredded?
Shredded, yes.
Shredded. So there was, so essentially what happened was that the CID destroyed all evidence that may have proven that you were in fact raped. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
yes,
and 3 of the assailants that did rape you, were they allowed to make collaborative statements? In other words, were they allowed to stay in the tent together and collaborate so that each of their statements aligned against you?
Yes, and it's written in the ROI that CID took partial statements on January 4th or 3rd, something like that, and then the next day CID went back and got the rest of the statements. They never separated the men at all.
So now this was right around the time that the unit was leaving the country, and I believe your unit was also getting ready to leave the country. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then what happened was that there, and we cannot document this, but there appeared to be a rush to close all files. I know that for a fact that if there is an open criminal investigation, that individuals involved may be forced to stay in the country, and it can actually delay the return of the unit. Did you sense that was happening?
Yes, I did. And I say that because I requested an attorney 2 or 3 times. I have it documented that twice I asked for an attorney, and it was denied to me.
Okay, so you were denied an attorney. Your papers, the evidence was destroyed, and you have documentation that was mailed to you, so there is no record. But in terms of your own personal military career, what happened?
They called me a liar, said that I made it up, and threw me away 30 days after I went to get medical treatment. So
you were discharged from the Army almost immediately, and was that a bad conduct discharge?
Misconduct, yes.
Misconduct, discharge. And would you say that that is what blocked you from receiving medical attention, not only for the from any consequences of the rape that may have occurred, but also for your long-term burn pit injuries, which appear to be fatal now? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. And the DA put it in writing, and so did the Secretary's office.
Okay. Now, this became a bit of a controversy during the 2014 U.S. Senate election, because now United States Senator Joni Ernst was the commanding officer that of the unit that you were supporting when you went down from your unit to help them clean up their equipment. And was she the person that authorized the 3 individuals that were alleged to have raped you? Was she the one that authorized them to sit in the barracks together to put their statements together?
Yes. The commander has authority over CID. CID's not, she wouldn't let them separate.
Okay.
She was the mayor of Yards. So she was the mayor of where I was attacked.
Which for civilians, that is that's kind of a common term that the commanding officer commands the unit, but if there's a site, somebody is in charge, and that person is, in a practical sense, the mayor, and that's what you said. Is that correct? Okay. So we have a situation where you have been forced to pay for your burn pit injuries, and you actually, how long did you, after you knew you had lung issues relating to the burn pits, how long was it before you were able to get VA treatment, even for the basic of it? Or have you ever been?
The VA is dragging their feet.
So this event happened in, what was it? It was in 2006 was the main event. And
2003.
2003. Okay, it was in 2003 that the main event occurred. And then, that is correct. It was in January of
2004.
January of 2004. Okay. Now, in 2011, is that when you made your first VA request for treatment or thereabouts?
Yes.
It was.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So from
But
2000.
they,
Oops.